Full body split. A full body split is one of the most straightforward training styles, where you train your entire body in a single session. This approach has been used for decades, especially in early strength training programs, because it allows you to practice the main lifts frequently. Instead of isolating muscles, it focuses on compound movements like squats, bench presses, rows, and deadlifts. What makes this split effective is how often each muscle group gets stimulated. You're not waiting an entire week to train something again. However, as you get stronger, this split becomes harder to manage. The fatigue builds up quickly, especially when heavier weights are involved. That's why it's commonly used by beginners or athletes who prioritize overall performance rather than maximum muscle isolation. Upper-lower split. The upper-lower split divides your training into two categories: upper body and lower body. This structure became popular because it balances frequency and recovery more efficiently than full body training. Typically, it's done 4 times per week, allowing each muscle group to be trained twice. That frequency is one of the main reasons it works so well. You get enough volume to grow, but also enough rest to recover. Upper days usually include chest, back, shoulders, and arms, while lower days focus on quads, hamstrings, glutes, and calves. Compared to a full body split, this gives you more time and energy to focus on each area. It's often considered the next step after beginner training because it introduces more structure without becoming overly complicated. Push-pull leg split. The push-pull leg split organizes training based on movement patterns instead of body parts. Push workouts target muscles involved in pressing movements like the chest, shoulders, and triceps. Pull workouts focus on the back and biceps, while leg days are dedicated entirely to the lower body. This system became widely used because it naturally separates muscle groups that assist each other, allowing for better recovery between sessions. For example, your triceps get rest on pull days, and your back gets rest on push days. This makes it easier to train more frequently without overlapping fatigue. It's one of the most flexible splits, as it can be run 3, 4, 5, or even 6 days per week, depending on your schedule. That flexibility is what makes it so popular among intermediate lifters. Bro split. The bro split focuses on training one muscle group per day, usually across 5 or 6 days of the week. This style became popular through bodybuilding culture, where the goal was to maximize volume on a single muscle during a session. For example, you might have a chest day, back day, leg day, and so on. The benefit is that you can fully focus on one muscle group and train it with a high number of exercises and sets. However, the trade-off is frequency. Most muscles are only trained once per week, which is not always ideal for strength development. While this split can work well for building muscle size, especially for advanced lifters, it is often less efficient for beginners who need more frequent practice of movements. Arnold split. The Arnold split is a variation of the bro split that increases training frequency by pairing muscle groups together. It was made popular by Arnold Schwarzenegger, who trained muscles like chest and back in the same session, followed by shoulders and arms, and then legs. This pairing allows each muscle group to be trained multiple times per week instead of just once. The idea behind it is to increase overall training volume while maintaining a high level of intensity. It also introduces more balance between pushing and pulling movements within the same workout. However, it is a demanding split that requires significant time and recovery, making it more suitable for experienced lifters. PHUL split. PHUL stands for Power Hypertrophy Upper-Lower, and it combines 2 different training goals into one program. The week is usually split into 4 days, with 2 days focused on strength and 2 days focused on muscle growth. On power days, you lift heavier weights with lower repetitions to improve strength. On hypertrophy days, you use moderate weights with higher repetitions to build muscle size. This combination allows you to develop both strength and aesthetics at the same time. It reflects a more modern approach to training, where people no longer want to choose between being strong or looking good. However, it requires careful planning to avoid overtraining, especially if recovery is not managed properly. PHAT split. PHAT stands for Power Hypertrophy Adaptive Training, and it expands on the PHUL concept by increasing training frequency and volume. This split usually runs across 5 days, combining heavy strength training with multiple hypertrophy sessions. The goal is to train the nervous system with heavy lifts while also accumulating enough volume to stimulate muscle growth. It is a demanding system that requires a solid training foundation and good recovery habits. Because of its complexity, it is typically used by advanced lifters who understand how to manage fatigue and progression over time. Body part split. The body part split focuses on isolating specific muscles in each workout, similar to the bro split but with more flexibility. Instead of strictly following one muscle per day, you can group muscles in different ways, depending on your goals. This allows for targeted training, especially if you're trying to bring up weaker areas. It is commonly used in bodybuilding, where muscle symmetry and detail are important. However, like other low-frequency splits, it may not be the most efficient approach for strength development, as each muscle is not trained as often. Strength split. A strength split is designed around improving performance in major lifts, such as the squat, bench press, and deadlift. This type of training focuses on movement patterns rather than individual muscles. It uses heavier weights, lower repetitions, and longer rest periods to maximize force production. Strength splits are often structured with progressive overload built directly into the program, ensuring consistent improvement over time. This approach is commonly used in powerlifting and performance-based training. It prioritizes measurable progress, making it highly effective for building raw strength. Hybrid split. A hybrid split combines elements from multiple training styles to create a more personalized approach. For example, it might include strength-focused compound lifts alongside bodybuilding-style isolation work. This flexibility allows individuals to train for both performance and aesthetics at the same time. Hybrid splits have become more popular as people move away from rigid systems and toward training that fits their specific goals. The key advantage is adaptability, but it also requires a clear understanding of how to balance volume, intensity, and recovery. Minimalist split. A minimalist split focuses on doing fewer exercises but prioritizing effectiveness. It typically revolves around key compound movements that provide the most benefit in the least amount of time. This approach is often used by people with limited schedules or those who prefer simplicity in their training. While it may not include a large number of exercises, it can still produce strong results when applied consistently. The emphasis is on quality over quantity, ensuring that each movement contributes directly to strength development. Athletic performance split. An athletic performance split is designed to improve overall physical ability rather than focusing only on muscle size or strength. It combines resistance training with elements like speed, agility, and conditioning. This type of split is commonly used by athletes who need to perform in dynamic environments. It reflects a broader approach to fitness, where strength is just one part of overall performance. The training is often more varied and functional, aiming to improve movement efficiency and coordination in addition to strength. Consistency. Strength comes from doing the right things repeatedly over time. The split you choose matters, but how you apply it matters more. The best program is the one you can follow, progress, and stay consistent with. Subscribe to my channel to learn more about fitness and sports. If there is also any video ideas you'd like me to explain, just leave a comment down below.